Okay, Teacher Rae here. Hello, everybody. How are you today? Okay, are you ready? So this is Magic Star Reward Game tutorial for level 0. So I'm going to show you how to set up the game and just a quick demo for how I play the game. Are you ready? Level 0, Magic Star Reward Game. Let's go! Ooh, hold on a moment. Have you watched the video for preparing to set up the Magic Star Reward game? If not, pause this video, go back to my channel, and look for the video titled Magic Star Reward Game Prep. Watch that and then come back and watch this, okay? If you've already seen it, then you're all set. Just keep watching. Now, you're all ready. You've gone into your level 0 lesson. We're going to do level 0 this time, yes. You've gone into your lesson, you know the keywords, and you know how many activities there are. Level 0 lessons don't always have as many activities. They're probably maybe 5. They're often um, less clickable and more interactive with the teacher. So, so let's go with 5. And I believe I remember a lesson, uh, something with a red, the color red and square. Many level 0s, if I remember correctly, have only 2 keywords. Let's start here. Now, ah, 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 ah. How do we start? Never change the template unless you want to move it up the list. You need to move it up the list. You can just kind of do this and just kind of move a slide and it'll save, it'll resave it and move it up in your drive so it's easier to find. We don't change the template. What we do is File, make a copy, rename it. So I do not remember the name of that lesson. So I'm just going to call it Red Square. I don't teach many level 0s unless they're as a substitute. So I don't get these very much. Okay, Red Square. As you see, Google Slides is making a new copy of the game. Here we go. Red Square. Dun, da, 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 da. As you see, the template still here, untouched, perfectly safe for you to use for your next lesson. Red Square. 2 keywords. The keywords were red and square. Because I don't teach these lessons, I do not know what lesson came before. And I do not remember for sure what other words were in the lesson. With level 0, preview words are probably a really good idea. So let's say your last lesson was circle and you know what? I'd rather have it here. Let's put it here. Let's have it opposite the square. I remember red. Let's say it was red and blue. And then when you create the next lesson in line, you would use red and square as well as the 2 new words so that you're continually keeping them up on the previous lessons. We now have all 4 words in our spots. So we go over here to the list and duplicate the slide. Now we click all 4 words, arrange, rotate, flip. Now all the words have moved. Now we duplicate that slide and we have to type the changes. I usually just do catty corner. So blue and red are interchanged along with circle and square. So it's an easy flip. And then duplicate again. Do that thing where the words change without you having to type, rotate, flip horizontally. Okay, we now have, there's a reason for this. We now have 4 word slides with the words in 4 different places. This way your students don't get used to the position of the word. We don't want them to memorize the word based on its position in the game. We want them to actually look at the forms of the letters in the word. to help them learn the words. This way they have to look at the words before they read it. Okay, so there are word slides. Now select all of these, including the title. Use your shift key to select, multiple. And drag. Get them out of the way. Slide them down there out of the way. Now, there were 5 activities in this level 0 lesson. I'm assuming. There may have been 4. We're going to go with 5. And you're going to use however many activities, clickable, scoreable activities. So you know which student was first, second, third, fourth. So we need 5 prizes. This is level 0. Say goodbye to all of the stars. I do not give stars to level 0 in this game. I do not pass it on, lose turn. We can leave pass it on. Let's get rid of lose turn. And now I use only movements in level 0. So we need 5 movements. So let's start with a wiggle. Let's throw in a show me. I'm going to want show me to be the 3rd prize. Oh no, second is good. Second is good because there are only 2 vocabulary words. Okay, so there are 2 vocabulary words. The first activity is usually the first vocabulary word. So, and then everybody can wiggle. All the students can wiggle. The second prize is show me. Now, normally this would be after the second vocabulary word game. So show me can be whatever you think you would like the students to like really develop a strong relationship with. Or you can do it with both vocabulary words. The lesson is square and red. So go with square. Or, and this is often easier, have them show you something red. Everybody, show me something red. And you hold up something red to help remind them of what that means. Same with a square. You hold up something square that's not like an obvious square drawn on a piece of paper, like a napkin is square. There are many squares you can find around, so you can hold up. And they get to show you something. This is a great way to enhance the lesson, enhance the learning, and help them form concrete relationships with the words they're learning. So let's throw in more movement. Let's see. The youngers get a kick out of funny faces. So let's have funny faces. And everybody dance. Do, 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 do. And let's have them cheer. In case I need to have them practice a word, let's put cheer in there. So cheer can be used either as a way to practice a word or just as a fun. You can go through each student's names. Yay, Johnny, Johnny, Joey, Joey, Susie, Susie, Yang Zhao, Yang Zhao. So you could, Yang Zhao, sorry. So you could go through each student's name and cheer for each student, and have them cheer with you. Or you could use it for a tough word. If they're having trouble with square, you can put it in the cheer. Square, square. We love squares. Square, square. A table is square. However you want to do it. Cheer is very interchangeable, can be used for a lot of things. Depending on your level 0s, if they understand the concept, use pass it on so that the first player in the activity isn't always the one that gets to play the game. This way other students get a chance. So let's throw in just a couple there. And remember, cheer is the last one. And that is basically all for setting this up. You can also, for younger kids that need more help saying the words, you can put in talk like a robot, which works great for multi-syllable words. Talk like a mouse. The littles love talk like a mouse. Sing if you want. If you really like the song, it's a good one, and you want to use it more than once in a lesson, sing in the middle of the lesson. In fact, I'm going to throw that in the middle of this one. Let's put it here instead of dance. There. There. So they're going to, I like a lot of movement in level 0. It's good to keep them up and interested and engaged and entertained all at once. Now we go back to our words and our title, grab them, drag them back to the top. You'll notice that your numbers no longer say 5 activities. That's because we added the pass it ons and now all the word slides and your count is just off. That's why I start with moving the words and the title out of the way so that you can easily see that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 activity prizes back in the beginning. Select, shift, select all of your word slides, right mouse click, duplicate. Grab all but the first one and drag. All but the first one, drag. Remember, leave one behind. Oops. Leave one behind, drag. Leave one behind, drag. When you get down to 4, duplicate again. Because you did this in a set of 4 slides. So see here, the 4 cycle starts again. So grab all, leaving one behind, drag. Grab all, leave one behind, drag. Leave one behind, drag. Oh, cheer was the last prize. You don't even need these. Delete. Now, you have 15 slides for your game. You never know when you're going to want to play the game again, especially in lower level lessons like level 0. Say one student never had a chance to play. Don't do that. Make sure that you have extra slides so that that student can get another chance to play. Because you can, during a transition slide, just stop and say, hey, let's everybody play the game. You're first. And let that student that didn't get the chance to play the game. And then have everybody play again so that it doesn't seem like you're giving that student extra privileges. Or say you think they need a little more excitement, a little more fun. They just got through like a really hard reading section and they did really well, so you want to reward them. Let them play the game. It's lesson relevant. It's learning while they're playing. So anyways, in order to do that, you need more than these prizes. You need more prizes. So select from your last activity prize all the way to the first word slide. Right mouse click, duplicate. You now have 29 prizes. Well, 29 slides, not 29 prizes. You actually have 5, 10 prizes. That gives you the opportunity to play the game twice. You could even do it again if you feel that you need more turns available. Or you could pull out some of the pass-it-ons. What you want to do when you do this is pull out the duplicates. So it ended on cheer. So let's get rid of wiggle, show, funny face, sing. Oh, unless you really like that song, and cheer. And let's throw in wah, wah, wah. So they can pretend to cry. And let's put in, let's have everybody jump. Let's move this to a different position. Let's have everybody dance again. Oh, let's move the song up maybe to make sure it gets in there. Dance again. And let's end with everybody shake. The littles, the youngest students really like the shaking. And that means this is the last prize. So we select everything else and delete. You now have 29 slides and basically 10 prizes. Worst comes to worst, you can restart the game when they're not looking. You can come down here out of their view and just restart the game when they're not looking. So next, I will show you how I would play this game with level 0 students. It won't be an actual lesson, but I'll give you an idea. Okay? So hang on, I'll be back. Here is my level 0 lesson, red square. I'm going to show you how I would use this in the classroom. I'm not going to use a tablet to do this just because it's easier to record directly off my screen. So you would open this in your cell phone, smartphone, your tablet, or your computer itself if you use Minicam. And you would go to present, usually present from the beginning. So here we go. Here's the title page. This is what I leave my tablet on standby on this page, just so that it's easier to pick it up and it's all ready to go. I can tap it and it will go straight to the very first slide. When I get up in the morning and prep for my classes, I open the very first Magic Star reward game that corresponds to my first lesson. I open it on my tablet, set my tablet down, or sometimes turn my tablet off, but that way it opens to that title page. Here we go. These are our words. So Johnny has just gotten first place in the first activity in the lesson. Yay! Woohoo! Okay, Johnny, you get to play the game. Please pick a word. And the student will presumably read one of these words. I have them say the word 3 times. So the student will say square, square, square. If they have difficulty pronouncing the word, this is where I get to give them some extra practice. I will say the word slowly and have them say it again 3 times. I don't go overboard with this because this is meant to be fun, just a game. So I try not to put in too much correction, just enough so they get the idea and they get a little bit of extra practice and a little individual attention. Johnny says square. Okay, square, here we go. Click on square. Wiggle! Everybody wiggle. Let's wiggle over here. Let's wiggle over there. Let's wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Let's wiggle everywhere. And I wiggle too, because it's easier to get the students to do it if they see you doing it. And they can see that it's fun, even for old people like teachers. So the wiggle is a fun one. So everybody wiggled. Remember, this is level 0, so everybody is doing its all movement and action prizes. Then we just set it down. That's it. You're done. You go back to the lesson. You can have them wiggle, like you can go through the little thing twice. You can have them wiggle 3 times, 5 times, however long you feel like making them wiggle, you have them wiggle. Then when you're done, you set the tablet down, you go back to the lesson. Next activity, Susie. Woohoo! Susie is first. Okay, Susie, pick a word. Again, this is level 0. So they might need help with the words. I will point sometimes to each word and introduce them again. Red, circle, square, blue. And I'll read them very carefully, very, very clearly. I'll enunciate the syllables and each sound very carefully so they can hear what I'm saying. And I make sure I point to the words as I do so. Careful you don't click accidentally. You just point to the word. And then they can say the word, and I have them say it. With level 0, sometimes you have to model. So instead of just expecting them to say it 3 times, at least the first few times you play the game, you model it. Say, okay, which word? Red? Okay, red, red, red. Remember, use your gestures, cup your ears, showing you're waiting for the student to say red 3 times. And then you would click on red. Ooh. Ooh. Pass it on. And I do the thumb. I actually move the thumb across in front of the tablet in the camera where they can see it. Pass it on means that the student chooses a classmate to play the game. No, 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 no. You can't choose you. You have to choose Sometimes they'll choose themselves, and it's funny. You get them to choose a classmate. You can suggest if you think they need suggestions, but it's better to make them choose. So when they choose a classmate, the classmate gets to play. So you're like, oh, May gets to play. May, say thank you to Billy or whoever did the choosing. I try to teach them manners, and it's amazing how quick they pick this up. My students all now automatically say thank you to the classmate who passed it on or gave them a magic star. So they'll say thank you to their classmate, and then we go to the game. So now May gets to play. Again, if they need help, you read through the words slowly and let them read the word. May says square, square, square. Ooh, show. May, can you show me red? Show me red. Now I will hold up something red so that May understands what I'm asking. And then I will say, everybody, show me red, because I want everybody involved in these games, not just the winner, but I let the winner kind of be first. That makes sense. So I did ask May first, and then I asked everybody to join in. So everybody gets to show you red. They show you red, and everybody gets stars because they understand the meaning of red. See? And then we set the tablet down until the next activity. And I'll often use this as a transition game so that everybody gets a turn. But in level 0, everybody gets the prize. That's the best part. So the next activity, the student says, red, 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 red. Blah, 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 funny faces. Everybody make funny faces. And we all make as funny a face as we can. And I make sure I remark on every student. Ah, Susie, look at that face. That's terrific. Oh no, Bobby. Ah, it's scary. So everybody gets a little personal feedback. They get to have fun. And everybody gets a star for making a funny face. And so it goes on. See, here's another pass it on where another student would get a chance to play. So this gives you an idea how they move. Every slide has, some kind of movement within the prize. So let's see. So sing just fades on. And for this one, I usually just go back to the song page. I jot down in a little note, like it right in front of me, what the page we're on in the lesson. And then I flip back to the song page and then flip back forward again after the song. I really like doing this when the song is really good. Like if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Or the Hokey Pokey. Those are great songs to repeat throughout the lesson to get the kids moving. So you just simply tap wherever you need to go. Please make sure that when you tap on the word slide, that you tap where the word is so that the students don't figure out that it's going where you want it to go, or they don't think you made a mistake. I once randomly tapped and the student said, no, 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 I said this word. You tapped that word, whatever. Okay, the level 0s will cry. Wah, wah. It's fun. Uh, so this is how we go through the game. You go through and they get a little action and fun, and the little slides, they have some action in them, so it's not just a basic boring slide. They actually do some little wee. I try and add some movement here and there to make the prizes more fun. So this was the last slide, so it won't go on any further. So that's how I would do it in level 0. I have more tutorials for other levels, so you can check out for level 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to do 5 too, although it's not the same as the game.